Folks, hello and welcome to Tavern Chat. I am your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. With me, as always, if I put my water bottle down, as always on Saturday night, is none other than my wife, Rachel.
How you doing, everybody?
It's a very special Gamers Health. Well, actually, every Gamers Health is a very special Gamers
Yeah.
Health. So, um, as has been the way the last couple of Saturdays, we still have Karaoke World going on in our nearby neck of the woods. By the way, Alexa, turn on Rachel's lights. Because it's better.
Oh, I'm pinker now.
Yeah. As long as you're not a Pinkerton, we don't want you suddenly showing up at the House of Gamers telling
Mm-mm.
them you gotta turn over your cards, kid. You gotta turn over your cards. So we got the wonderful karaoke. Now we expected the karaoke
Yes.
because it's a holiday weekend. It's beautiful weather, so this of course means we're gonna have the window closed
And so
because
you might see a few beads of sweat.
yes, it might. I might have to go like hold on a second here. I need my super water and save myself that way. I know sound effects were bizarre and reminded me of something. I don't
I
remember.
don't know what that was.
I don't know either. God help us. So, general updates. I know people like to ask us how our Gardena is doing. So, we have new plants for our Gardene. They actually arrived today. I got to bring them up and start them.
Oh.
So before you can put things on the Gardene, you have to start them in like an external planter thing that has
A little grow
a
station.
little grow station because you can't have the fertilizer that your plants need with the seedlings. The seedlings have to get a certain
They just need
size.
ordinary water.
Yeah, because they have their own they have their own built-in nutrition, I guess, in their seeds. So just a little thing, so you don't want to burn out the new growth. So that's something that I'll probably start that tonight maybe. Because we have I think now our basil died off.
Yes. We
So
have like, is it 9?
no, we've got 10,
10 that are
are
open
capped.
for.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to start, and I think. Uh, hey Don, I think our tomato is nearing the end of the line, which is actually pretty good. That plant's been going for
Yeah, it did
8 months.
hmm
Peppers are looking still good. Our peppers are still producing. I don't know. I don't know. I can't understand it. I'm not
Well, but
complaining.
at least they do inside because they don't do much outside at times.
Yeah, we didn't have much of
Mm.
a crop last year, but we're hoping better this year. We're hoping. So this week has been a warm week. We had some rain, but we have hooked up the hoses. We have two hoses, one that makes it to the back and one that stays out for the front. 'Cause remember, we got a front yard and a backyard. And the front yard is our mint and berries.
Mint berries, roses,
Yeah.
and many other types of like bulbs and pretty things.
So uh Don's like, I am here. Sorry, also getting that image for the ad done while listening. I was in the shop working on Adventures of Gary Con. Uh,
Oh, cool.
it's hey, listen, I'm glad that the stuff is it's all falling into place, Don, and that's good. So I mean, I am very happy for that. So our front yard, which is where all the raspberries are, maybe a little video freezing, but not much I can do about it.
Oh, is that what that is when it goes brighter?
Yeah, a
Oh, okay.
little video freeze. Um, our raspberries are all in the front, and I'm surprised that one of the newer raspberry plants is looking insanely good this year. A lot of berries coming, and our blackberries are insane in the backyard. I don't know if you noticed, Rach, how
There's a lot coming.
there's a lot coming.
Hopefully the birds don't screw us this year.
I think we're gonna have to get like netting or something like that to protect the blackberries.
Order it from Amazon or get it from Home Depot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little research, see what the best is to protect your blackberry plants. I mean, they are. I mean,
Well, it's gonna have to be something that we can get off easily to pick.
yeah, I know. Trials and tribulations of an urban gardener or quasi-urban. Oh, there's a horn going on.
Welcome to New York. It's okay.
Yeah.
If we don't mind, they won't mind.
Yeah, there's always background noise in New York City.
Yeah.
When we're up in the Poconos, there are times when I have trouble falling asleep because there is no background noise. I don't have the car alarm going off, which is apparently what that crap was. I don't have Filipino karaoke, which I actually am kind of happy I don't have that. But you don't have the random screaming. You know, it's the joys of urban living. But we have actually ordered some flowers for the garden this time around.
Yeah.
So
snapdragons.
Yeah. So it should be interesting.
White petunias.
It should be very interesting.
And some things I can't remember the name.
And our tomatoes are looking. The plants are growing like. I want to say like hotcakes, but I guess I probably should say more like weeds. They're growing like weeds.
Good.
They're growing really, really well.
Yeah, and our calendula plant has flowers now. It didn't have flowers when we bought it.
No.
It just had a picture of what the flower would be like.
And here you go. You fill in the blanks. Use your imagination.
And so I was like, no way, it's got it. Yay.
Our cucumbers are looking really good, and I think we're getting the first buds on some of those plants. That's just
on the cukes.
On the cukes,
yeah.
We have them in a more shaded area, which I think is going to produce better than last year. They started out very, very good early last year, and then the hot weather and the fact that it's the raised bed in the back
it's very sunny.
It's very sunny, which is great for some plants. But cukes don't like that. They like slightly cooler temperatures. So at least to be out of the sun. So I think that they're in a good spot on the side. A little shading. A little shade never hurt.
We got loads of strawberries coming too, so that's exciting.
But the gardening is rewarding. I gotta say, when you see your plants growing, when you see the squash doing well, we got zucchini out there. The plants are really growing. But the watermelons look okay. I just don't know when they're going to start picking up speed in their growth and start giving us. I'm assuming they're going to need a lot of water.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what it looks like when it's growing.
Oh, all right. I'll have
what it's supposed to look like.
We'll have to show you, darling. We'll have to show you.
Like how big the leaves supposed to be,
Okay.
I don't know.
Don't worry about it, eh?
They're kind of related to cucumbers, I guess.
And squash and all this. They got that vining thing, and they put out those gourd-like fruits. So, but I'm really enjoying the garden this year. Rach and I spent a lot. We've gotten our rhythm going, I guess.
Yeah.
We work really well as a team out there, which makes me think. The parasocial audience. Am I the only one without sound? Ooh, I
hope not.
I hope not. Fixed. I guess you were the only one without sound. You got me scared there for a second. It's like, am I talking to myself?
Oh, no. We've been chatting away here, and
yeah,
that would have sucked for no one to hear us.
It's like, hey,
we love to be heard.
just two pretty faces on the screen there. So, now I don't know if any of you do the challenges on your Apple Watches, or I don't know if the Samsung Watches have something similar, or if the Fitbit does. By the way, I had a Fitbit. It didn't last. It literally fell apart on my arm after a couple of months. So that just tells you to
Mine
build
fell
something.
apart after a year. They were good.
Yeah, but they're
They have different features.
okay.
You know, like that's something to know. They have like more in-depth features, like with tracking heart rate in certain exercises.
Oh, okay.
Like this tracks your heart rate and everything, but that one is easier to use with the when you track your zones if you're doing certain types of workouts that require
Hitting the zone.
being in like you know like certain zones and then going back to like softer, easier zones,
Well, see,
like for recovery.
I was never doing these monthly challenges on my watch, but then Rach was always doing the monthly challenges on hers. Now I'm starting to do them, and they do kind of force you to pay attention to.
They make you want to. It's like, oh, I can. So, yeah, why not? If it's healthy,
Right.
and I'm nearly there. Like I'm getting to a place where I can.
Yeah.
It's empowering. It's very nice.
Oh, Don. Tina a few weeks ago got me to finally level up and get an Apple Watch, and
Good stuff.
I am in my first monthly challenge.
Oh, good.
So it's weird because for the longest time, at first, I'm not even sure if it's my current Apple Watch, which by the way is charging at the moment. It was down to like 6%. I had a watch that would never. I mean, I would walk and turn on the walk feature and it wouldn't track the exercise.
Mm.
Now and until a couple of months ago, I could literally be standing at the kitchen sink making snacks for Rachel and I, prepping stuff, cutting cheese, bending, grabbing, spend 15 minutes doing this stuff or cooking breakfast. I wouldn't get credit for a stand. Now I wake up, I've got 6 or 7 just from sleeping. So I don't know I'm not complaining. Now I'm closing all my rings because stands were the ones I can never close. It's just like, yay. But I do enjoy the gamification of exercise. We'll probably do an episode on that.
Right, it incentivizes it in certain ways.
Yeah, it means that you aren't just stuck thinking that, oh, I gotta do 30 minutes of walking. No, you're like, I gotta do 30 minutes of walking, then I can close my circles. But a perfect week or whatever. So Don, you got a question there. So wants to know if they can buy a PDF of the Gary Con book. So
cool.
So like what I think that we've gotten the dog out for a walk pretty much every day. Maybe we missed one this past week.
Not sure.
We've
been walking her pretty consistently.
Yeah, and
I know like all of my exercise rings are closed for every day of the week. So
all right. So now I picked up an app. I bought an app, and I'm sure what the hell it's called, but it's a walking app. And it wants you to do 5,600 steps a day. And here I am thinking, if I'm walking for a mile plus at the park, I should be doing that with no problem. No, you probably got to walk closer to like 1 3/4 miles to get. You might get your steps in throughout the day, but this app was good because it estimates your fat burn and what would be a weight loss. I guess if you stuck to the diet they want you to stick to. We don't quite stick to diets. I got it. There's a lot of things that we can
it
talk
prescribes
about.
a diet.
It does prescribe a suggested diet. We do enjoy,
which is probably lean meats and vegetables and fruits.
So we enjoy our factor meals, which are these pre-prepped. We were doing, what was it? Not Healthy Choice, but we were doing.
No, we were doing not Fresh Direct.
No, yeah, well, one of those meal services where
came with the shakes.
Yeah,
I loved that.
What they gave you, the ingredients to cook your own meal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That was Home Chef.
Home Chef. All right.
But the one that we had before, that was, I guess, Fresh Direct.
Something like that. Yeah. Where they had the smoothies.
The smoothies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I liked Home Chef because I do enjoy cooking. I didn't like it because even
You were
though
committed to doing it however many times a week you
right,
got the
and
meals for.
and part of the issue was that I had to swap out much of the spice. Now it's great. I have a huge selection. I could do it by taste, literally by taste. I would taste a little bit because it was always too salty, and I got to watch our sodium intake, Rach and I, for
Yes.
our blood pressure. So I had to swap that stuff out. And Home Chef had a problem that I've never had a problem with Factor, and that was properly cooling the meals. I would get stuff delivered,
And
and
sometimes the meat would be gone off.
yeah, and it was a waste.
Yeah.
And you're like that's money literally disposed. I think with Factor, one time I had one of the dinners trays cracked. I was still able to heat it up, but everything comes. I mean, we can unpack it. It comes on a Wednesday. We can unpack it Thursday afternoon. Everything still has the ice packs in there. It's really when Factor 75 or Factor. We
75.
listen. We're not. They're not a sponsor. We get nothing. I'm got a link up here to
No.
refer you, but we've been very happy with their meals. They are very tasty, and
You just have to
it's a good.
pick your meals.
Yes.
You have to go through the thing and pick, which
Right.
is great because then you know you're going to
Enjoy
wind
it.
up with meals that you love.
Right. And they are when we did the Valentine's Day like bonus meal. We did the this woman does not eat beef unless it's like a hamburger, but we had the filet mignon.
Dan, it's
Oh,
got to be like Five Guys or Chili's.
yeah, the filet mignon was amazing. Even Rachel loved it. So it was really good.
Yeah, I was surprised I liked it.
Yeah, they did a really good job. But yes, walking. Oh, here's the little thing about walking a dog, and it's just an observation. I can walk the dog, and we'll get a 40-minute walk in, but I'm averaging on a good day a 32-minute mile. On a bad day, 38. When I say bad,
meaning that there's a lot of dogs in the park, that there's a lot of people that want to talk.
Yep. So you're not you're getting the walk in, but like my walk app wants me to reach a certain pace, and you're never going to reach that pace.
What is it asking you to do?
I think I think a 22-minute mile, and I did a 23-minute mile when you had your doctor's appointment.
Oh, cool!
I was actually pretty surprised.
Yeah.
So and that was I was like, yeah, why am I going to just sit in the car? I'm going to walk.
It was a beautiful day.
It was very good. So, walking is an exercise now. Like Rach and I, we do our walks together. We walk with the dog 99% of the time.
And I walk in other places.
Yeah, you walk to
yoga, to the mall, to wherever I want to go.
Yeah, but like I had, like when I retired, I bought a headset saying, "Hey, I'll do some walking with my headset," and I need to be aware of my surroundings. It's just my training.
Yeah, and the way that our city is going.
Yeah, but even if it wasn't the way the city is going, I have that head on a swivel
But then
mentality.
You can do it on the treadmill. Like I enjoy that. Like I'll get on the treadmill and just be on there for like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. I don't usually ever do less than 30 on it. If I do it. So I'll go on it. Mm-hmm. And then, sometimes I might choose like one of their workouts.
Right.
But ones that are gentler, that like don't go above like that don't make you run, that don't go above 3.7, So but it's good because like, you'll go for a few minutes like at 3.7, then you'll drop back down to like 1, and then it cycles back up again, so that this way, your heart can
Adjust.
adjust. Yeah, it helps your heart with that.
So, I mean, for me, when I'm on the treadmill,
And I
I,
love it with the headset, and you know,
I watch stuff that Rach will not watch. So, like, I watched the Green Lantern cartoon series. Green Lantern was my superhero when I was a kid. That was the first comic book I bought. Oh my god, they're reaching new heights of stupidity. But Rach doesn't want to watch that. So I watch it when I'm actually one of my doctors, Dr. Shaw, was the one that's like use the treadmill. He goes use the treadmill for stuff that your wife does not want to watch, stuff that you want to binge that she does not want to watch. I went and I kind of looked at him like, oh, well, yeah, we enjoy watching shows together. He goes, you're gonna have some shows that she's gonna have no interest in, so just
yeah,
save that for when you're gonna do the exercising. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
not a bad idea.
yeah, and the music too. Like the music will keep you going. Like even like with strength training and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
folks, I'm going to apologize. I want to laugh. I want to cry. I uh, not gonna. I'm not going to say what I have visions of doing, but suffice to say, it would involve speakers no longer working. Yeah, that's yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah, yeah. So,
I want to do my own karaoke battle.
oh yeah, karaoke battle. Listen, if I do karaoke, I'm going to be doing I don't know, SOD or MOD.
Yeah, things like that. Or like Frank Zappa songs.
I'm going to do premenstrual princess blues. Oh my god, I would be flashing back to my Ute. Probably not in a good way. Trash metal? No, not Eric. Not Tancro. Never, never. So actually, I think we probably are gonna. We gotta. God, it's derailing me. I think we have a lot of material to go over.
We do have a good bit. So in preparation of North Texas RPG Con, we thought we would talk about ways of, trying to handle and prevent con crud. Prevent
I
yourself
used to joke about
from
con
getting
crud.
con crud.
I used to be like, what the fuck is con crud?
No, we are aware it is summertime.
So it's
But
not.
I don't go to like many other cons, so just this concept and this concept also.
Wait.
There's some things that just like
time out.
I kind of learned too.
So you're telling me you're not going to go to ShireCon? You're not going to go to TotalCon? You're not going to go to P?
Oh yeah, I'm going to all of that. But this can be used for any con that you go to. I just know sometimes people will be like, "Oh, it's in the summer, so you don't have to worry
as much."
Yeah,
I used to joke about like con crud, man. Who the hell gets con crud? That's just an excuse. And then you start going to cons, and you realize you come back from it. You're like, wow, I don't think I lost my voice because talking. I think I lost my voice because of con crud. So it's a legit thing. So now, Rich, what are we going to do the presentation first, or are we going to do the videos?
Yeah, the videos fit into the presentation, so we could do the presentation and
and bounce back and forth. Oh man,
just at the end because there's it's only 3 videos,
right,
with just the 3 different poses.
Tammy,
Tammy,
welcome. All right, so what am I doing the presentation?
Yeah, pop up the presentation. Here, I'm gonna pop it up here too. God forbid I just can't see.
Well, see if you can see.
Oh, I think so. Or I can just lean in. Everybody knows. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's this one. That's the one we want.
I think that's good.
Okay. Should I? You tell me when to move on to the next.
Okay. Screen. So go ahead on. So yeah, it's called yoga yogic practices to fight illness. And so in the acknowledgments and disclaimers, basically, I learned about these things from influential yogis like Monisha Raja. Um, she works with Dr. William Bushell and Eddie Stern. Um, Back in 2020, Monisha had COVID-19. And while she had the virus, um, she didn't have the same like respiratory consequences and symptoms that other people had at the time, because she had a very steady yoga practice that involved of yoga. But in this presentation, it's just um, well, three of the limbs, because we'll be we'll be talking a little bit about pranayama, which is basically the Sanskrit for it basically means prana, life force, yama, expanding, and so it's basically um, in our terms we'd say breath work.
Okay.
Mudra is hand gestures, and usually the breath work and the hand gestures kind of go hand in hand.
Hand in hand.
And then looking at a few asanas, which are the poses, the postures that can be able to help. We'll also look at some of the brain chemicals that are produced that can help us fight infection, and certain yoga practices that can stimulate them, and a little bit about how some of the research has begun to catch up with the ancient yogis and explain why some of these things work. Something to bear in mind, that really
What?
nothing that we're suggesting here should um, take away from any of the medical care that you receive. It's only in addition to always speak to your doctor about things that are correct for you, but what we would suggest would never replace anything that a doctor might suggest to you. So the basics, basically yoga, whatever you're doing, however vigorous, however restorative and relaxed, it all centers around breathing and syncing your movement with your breath. And so when you work with people that might not have done yoga before, or meditation or things like this, if you ask them to take a deep breath, you'll see something like this. And their chest will go up. So they're filling their chest, they're going, and their stomach is coming in.
Okay.
So somehow along the way, we forget how to breathe. Like if you look at dogs, cats when they're sleeping, babies when they're sleeping, when they breathe, much of their body moves along with them. So they're doing this deep belly breathing. So the way that our bodies are made is that breathing should involve a lot of your body, not just from here up where we think the lungs are going. Our lungs are huge. Our lungs are a huge part of our torso. And so, there's also other muscle groups that are involved in, there's also other muscle groups that are involved in our breathing. It's like our diaphragm, our abdominals. And we're like, oh, all the way down there, yeah, all the way down there. And our intercostal muscles. And so the practices that we have are made to, help all those things. Can you
Yeah, sorry.
and biggin.
I just wanted people to be able to see you before.
Yeah, no, I see that. Oh, these are smaller. Okay. And so you there's a difference between mouth breathing and breathing through your nose. Yeah, mouth breather tends to be sort of an insult,
Oh,
but
you're a mouth breather, I tell you.
really what it is, like, if you're breathing through your mouth, you've kind of lost that connection. Um, that nasal breathing has. When we breathe through our nose, there are cilia, there are ventings, all sorts of things that the air we breathe comes into contact with and sends messages to our body. So, you know, it's not good to sort of lose contact with that. So, you know, focusing and being able to breathe through the nose and all the way into the belly. So,
Massages internal organs.
yeah. So our breath massages our internal organs, and how it aids with digestion. It does a lot of things for us. It's amazing. If you look at the whole anatomy of the breath.
Breathing intentionally.
So
Can help activate.
yeah. So breathing with intention too, like when we draw our attention to our breath, like during meditation, this can also activate um, the parasympathetic nervous system, and the vagus nerve, um, and all the things that we need, because these things aid our body in producing some of these chemicals that we need in order to be able to fight infection, um, in order to stay healthy, in order to be able to go to sleep at night. Um, It also balances and connects the mind and the body. So when you hear about yoga, um, like yoga is like, it's basically joining, like yoking the mind and the body, the breath with movement. Um, so there's certain moves, certain you go into a pose often, inhaling, and then you come out exhaling. And so syncing your movements with your breath um, is something that helps your body and your mind. And it oxygenates your blood. And so let's just demonstrate maybe breathing. So if you put your hands on your belly and you sit with your back straight and you draw in a breath through your nose, you'll feel that your hands start to separate a little bit. And then you engage your abdominals. And as you breathe out, you'll start to see that your fingers are coming closer together again. And so breathing deeply into the belly is what we're aiming for.
So yes, Flint, this is some techniques that you can use to assist in staying a little healthy at North Texas.
Even if it's just the breathing into your belly that you walk away with, that's brilliant. I'll be happy because it is extremely helpful. And so there are endogenous substances in our brains that fight disease. I was blown away when I learned this like a couple of months ago in a training with the Accessible Yoga School. The presenter, Monisha, she was talking about how there are these chemicals in our brains, like the first one being nitric oxide, and the second one being melatonin. I did not know our brain produced these things. I've taken melatonin for sleep, hadn't heard about the nitric oxide. But yeah, so, it's when there are viruses, when we're around a lot of people, there's going to be more exposure to viruses. Viruses enter through our face. And so being able to activate things like the trigeminal nerve, and also being able to activate the pineal gland, these things help us produce those chemicals in order to be ready to be able to fight, have these chemicals at the ready to be able to fight, activate our immunity, and our adaptive immunity, which is like sort of like that advanced immunity that we have, not the basic innate one. And so like as that activates, we're able to have that fight different viruses and diseases.
Okay.
So these like both actually with the nitric oxide, it's antiviral, antimicrobial. It kills disease. It can act as a bronchodilator, which means that it can reduce inflammation in your bronchioles inside your lungs, the sacs inside your lungs. And yeah, it can stimulate your adaptive immunity. And melatonin has some similar qualities, that it's antiviral. It's also anti-inflammatory. It also stimulates adaptive immunity. And then it's also it has anti-aging effects, and it's a very restorative, reparative, like it helps regenerate tissues that have been injured. So it's a pretty amazing thing. And so we want to be able to activate our endogenous melatonin, because we're not sure if you take melatonin like over the counter and you take it consistently, in that situation, your brain might stop producing its own melatonin. So, it's best to be able to have practices that can stimulate your own melatonin, your own nitric oxide.
Chris says at one time there was a theory that viruses can enter through the ears. Is that true? Has it been debunked? Do we know?
I never heard that.
I don't know.
That's so interesting. I'd want to look into it. That's going to be my next rabbit hole to go down.
There you go. Now there's a link between humming.
Yes. So there was this guy, Jankowski, back in 2016. He was doing research on nitric oxide, and how the brain produces it. And this man has nothing to do with yoga. He wasn't looking for nothing related to yoga, was not a yogi, had no care in the world about it. But he came across the fact that humming can enhance production of nitric oxide, which like that study made, when I heard about it, it was very exciting to hear that, yes, the things that the ancient yogis had done for so long and that have been passed down could be backed by science. And humming is important because of the next slide. So it's especially important with one of the breath works that we're going to do together. And so I wanted to work on bee's breath with you guys.
I will give you the full screen for this.
So the bee's breath, and it's with the Shanmukhi mudra, which I'm sorry, there's not a real good translation. The most translation I got was like seal, which I guess is kind of sealing off your certain orifices of your face, but That's Shanmuki is the mudra. And so to do this breath, and you can do it with me, Eric.
There you go, folks.
Mhm.
I knew I was going to get roped in at some point.
Yeah.
All right.
You deserve to have some nitric
I deserve. Ooh.
oxide and some melatonin
Sounds like
coming up.
somebody's getting high tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, to do the bees breath, what we'll do is I'll explain it to you. First, like inhaling, deeply
Through my mouth or through my nose?
through your nose. You don't have to do it right yet. I'm just going to explain it to you.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, and so you're breathing in through your nose, and as you exhale, you're going to be going out through your nose, and you're going to be making an sound.
As I breathe
A-N-G, like as you exhale. I'm going to demonstrate it, and then we'll do a few together. And then the Shanmuki Mudra looks like this. So I'll just demonstrate that. So you have flaps on your ears just here. And so you're going to use your thumbs to push those flaps down. And then your pinkies are going to come under your lips.
So wait. So these like front flaps, these flaps here?
Let me feel. This flap.
Yeah. So by the way, it's not a flap from around the ear.
It's not the lower lobe. It's this little flap here.
Yeah, it's a little knob. It's like a knob. It's like a. Here, I'm going to show you. So hold it. Right, it's right here. It's this thing right here.
But if your anatomy somehow just doesn't work that way, that's okay too. And just
stick your
thumbs in there,
and go tingy lingy loo. Oh, Penny Hill reference.
Oh no! And so you're gonna close off those, and then the pinkies go
now it's
under your lower lip, your pinkies, and then.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Hold on. All right. Oh, my thumb goes here. I had to, and then my.
Yeah, your thumbs are blocking the ears.
All right.
And then your pinkies below your lip.
All right, so hold on.
And then the
Why do I feel like a character from a horror movie? I'm Hannibal Lecter.
And then your ring finger just below your nostrils.
All right, so hold on a second. Listen, folks, we did not.
This isn't rocket science, right?
Oh, it could be for me. By the way, try this at home. We say things like, "Don't try this at home."
Oh, please try this at home.
Please try this at home.
Try it many times.
And if you do, video it. I'd love to be able to play it.
We'd love to see everybody's Shanmuki Mudra.
We'd love to show it next week.
Yes,
all right.
and
all right, so,
hear everybody's bees breath. Okay,
all right,
so yeah.
All right. So,
and
that
then
one.
Your middle finger is going just by the bridge of your nose, and then your pointer is sort of just north of your eyes. And so we're gonna start. We're gonna take that nice deep breath.
Oh my God.
And on the exhale, we're gonna
All right. Now, what do you do if you're stuffed?
You're gonna also
get ignored by your wife is what happens if your nose is stuffed.
Well, you're gonna also close your teeth, because you can. The sound, the bone conduction is really cool there. If you're stuffed, usually it'll.
You gotta breathe through your nose and out through your nose. So, all right, Rach.
Yeah.
People are paying major bucks to watch me make a fool of myself. So let's keep this going.
Yeah. So this is it. You do it. Do it for a few minutes.
Oh, but we're not going to do it for a few minutes, folks. You're getting your show and tell, but we're not going to.
Yeah, I noticed like when I close my teeth, there's just a lot of vibration, and so that humming and that vibration, and the fingers on the face help to stimulate the trigeminal nerve, and also like be able to help produce these chemicals, produce the um, nitric oxide. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So there's that one, and then we can go on to the alternate nostril breathing. This one is really good for helping sort of just calm everything down. Um,
I'd pay for somebody to do this in like the dealer room at North Texas, just to.
Oh, that would be great. I would do it, but I don't think you really give a shit.
I wouldn't give a shit. It wouldn't be the same. I'd love to see Bad Mike at his table doing the. Oh man, my nose just started running.
Yeah, you see that's it helping already.
Okay. Oh.
Because of all the shaking and all the quaking that's going on, because of all the sound conduction, it's
whole lot of
that's what
quaking
we're
going
supposed
on.
to be doing. And so this one is just a very calming breath work. So alternate nostril breathing. You take the Vishnu Mudra, which is basically just bringing these two fingers and folding them in.
Oh, okay. So to gang it. Oh, jeez. Hold on
your right hand.
Oh, I don't even think I can do it with my right hand.
Oh, well then just
because I have some. Well, maybe. All right, it's like this. Am I doing this?
Yeah, you can do it this way.
Yeah.
But if you're arthritic and your fingers don't fold in.
Well, no, it's not the arthritic. It's the torn ligament in the hand. So I just don't have the full dexterity of. And I don't flash gang signs in the general rule.
So you can choose any.
Oh wait a second! I get the wrong. Oh man, I really can't do that one. All right, that's the best I could do.
So you know what? Extend your pointer and your thumb, and
I could
do it like that.
I could do it with this hand. But,
okay.
With this hand.
Then do it with any hand you want. If it works with that one, do it with that one. Generally, it's all right. So yeah, and so
I'm not gonna.
We're just gonna have them parked here, close to the nose, not right over the nose as yet. And so what we're gonna first do is draw in a breath, and we're gonna go in for the count of 4.
Is it 3 fingers in? Or 2 fingers in? Oh no, you have 2. I didn't see. I thought you were drawn by AI. I couldn't see the extra finger. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you just park them by your nose, and then we're gonna go in for 4 counts, and then out for 8. And I'll demonstrate. So you're gonna breathe in through both nostrils. Block your right.
I blocked my left because my right nose.
All right. And
you married me, okay? I'm sorry.
So after you exhale there,
inhale again.
You're gonna inhale.
Oh, all right. So, folks, just give you a little bit of a warning. You may get very stuffed
Block
up.
The left. Let go on the right. In. At the left.
I've tapped out. My sinuses are running now.
Block. Out. And so I was doing in for 4, out for 8, but if that feels like it's excessive, maybe go out for 6. Whatever is comfortable. It is better to have the exhale longer than the inhale, because that also stimulates the parasympathetic sort of rest and digest system to be able to, help keep immunity going. Um, and so, moving on from the breath work, I did some poses earlier to sort of demonstrate. And so we'll talk about, uh, so there's something called proning postures that can help um, with how you move air through your lungs. And it can also help, a couple of these poses can also help bring out any congestion as well.
I've already got that from the breathing.
I'm so happy that we are able to help. And so the first pose is a spinal twist. And it's great because it stretches the lower back muscles. The twist milks out, different toxins that can be like in your organs. And it also aids with lymphatic flow. And it also opens the back area of your lungs. And so you can maybe run the
video. Run the video. Video is job one. First pose. All right, hold on a second, folks. We're going to run the video. Hope Rach doesn't want me to stop it at any point because I won't be able to.
No.
So, the first pose to show you is the supportive spinal twist. And what you do to come into this pose is make sure you have your bed pillows from your hotel room. You could do this on the floor, you could do this on your bed. Make sure that they're about 5 inches away from your leg. So your thigh is going to be parallel with the pillow. You can also use 2 pillows if you don't necessarily have the flexibility to get down there. I tend to like, this is a big one. So I'm just going to put my hands on either side of the pillow and begin to push up and really extend the back. And then exhale and come down. Turning your face towards the way that your knees are going. And you're going to spend probably 5 minutes here. Or more, it depends. If you're enjoying what you're feeling, you're more than welcome to stay longer. 5 minutes is just kind of what it takes to get the parasympathetic nervous system started. And so you can be here and you can experiment with how things feel. Extending the leg feels really nice down here. And what this does is that it helps to open up your lungs, sort of the back of your lungs back here. And so as you're there, being able to notice that there's a lot more air that can move into your lungs in this twist, especially that back low part of your lungs. And you'll do the same on the other side. Let me show you how to come out of it. So you come out of it by moving your hands back to be under your shoulders and push up.
There we go. I hope that all the volume was working for that. It would be really
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm a little scrunched there. I usually practice lengthwise in that room, but we had a few extra things in that room lately. So, and I also wanted Eric to be able to I didn't think he'd be able to see all of what needed to be seen from a, how do you say, from a vertical, like from coming at me vertically.
Coming at you horizontally.
You
don't this way, not this way.
Yes. Okay.
Just saying. So next one is the resting butterfly.
I know the next one is
Asana prone position. It says resting butterfly.
go back one.
Did I skip one?
Side lying resting
I skipped
pose.
one. What a surprise, folks! We're a professional show. Don't try this at home. You obviously are supposed to try this at home, but in any case,
So this calms the parasympathetic nervous system. It also releases and rejuvenates um, your muscles. Extending the top arm and placing a towel at the waist also helps open the lowest part of the lungs um, on the side. So you can go ahead and
Hey,
put it.
it doesn't happen instantaneously, lady.
Hey man, I'm sorry.
Uh, pose 2.
Yowza.
Oh, yowza, yowza, baby. All right, all right. Here we go.
So the next pose is the side lying resting pose. And what we do with this one, it takes very little. A towel is really all you need. Like a towel from your hotel room, just roll it up. And where you want it to land, just very slightly above your waist, sort of towards those floating ribs. And so, um, what we're going to do with this is we're going to come to the hands and take a deep breath in and begin to thread the needle. You can also have some support for your head with your pillow from your room. And you can keep your knees bent, or you can, I would keep the bottom bent, but you can also um, move this leg out for a deeper stretch. And you want to go overhead with your arm. Mine doesn't reach all the way. Here we go. um, and this opens up the lower registers of your lungs on the side and the front. It helps the intercostal muscles, stretching those. They're not huge movements, but they're very helpful in terms of clearing lungs and helping breath. So when you're in all of these poses, you're gonna um, make sure you do, your deep belly breathing. And again, you'll stay here for about 5 minutes, 5 minutes per side. I don't think I need to show you on the other side because it's basically the same thing. I can show you how to come out by bringing the one hand uh, down and then the arm that you had threaded, bring that back up, push up, and then release.
Now let me get back to us. Okay, there we go. And now for the last and final slide.
All right. So the last one is resting butterfly. This is one of my favorite poses out of anything. Between that and probably pigeon. Like they're all both like ones that open your hips. And so resting butterfly, as I said, it opens the hips, groin, and pelvic floor. It aids with digestion, and it also helps circulate with blood and the lymphatic flow. Like your lymphatic system, it doesn't have a pump like your blood has, like with the heart. So you have to use your own movements to be able to keep your lymphatic system moving and flowing back towards the heart. um your lymphatic system also like fights infection and all
Right.
that stuff. So um and then Go ahead and roll
Well,
the.
facial massage.
Oh, a facial massage is a different one.
Oh, all right. You
I put that far away. I didn't know how to make the indentation go away.
you see, she's messing with me. Hold on.
But yeah, you can do that, and then we'll do the facial massage.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna make sure this is there. It is. It's showing. All right.
Okay, so our last pose is the resting butterfly. And this is probably the one that probably takes the most setup. So you're going to want at least two bed pillows, depending on how comfortable you feel being propped up. But you do want that propping effect. Maybe a towel for your head, because you don't want your chin to go back too far. You want to be propped from the head too. So, what you're going to do is turn to have your booty facing the pillow.
She said booty.
And you can lift off and make sure that you're coming down, onto a comfortable place. Um, and then just go right ahead and lay back. And you're going to join your feet together to create a diamond shape as close to your groin as possible, as close to your body as possible. And so I have a good situation here because the towel is giving me a nice tuck on my chin. And not everybody, though, has the flexibility that I have in the hips. So a lot of you might find that your knees only come to here or here. And what you'll do is you'll give those some support. You bring the ground up to those knees and let them splay. Leave your, you want your forearms to reach the floor. And this is a very, very restorative pose. And it has so many benefits. I'll explain those in the video also, like in the live also. Um, but this is a really nice time to be able to maybe take one of the hand towels or the washcloth and give yourself an eye shade and just chillax and breathe here again, with the belly breaths that uh, we talked about earlier on in the live. And you want to hold this for at least 5 minutes. It's a very restorative, sort of regenerating kind of a pose. And to come out, you basically reverse what you did. You remove your eye shade, press your arms into the floor, bring your knees up, and then push into your hands to come up. And that's
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that is one of my favorites to just luxuriate in for a while.
Don says you're a treasure chest. You are a treasure, an info treasure chest.
Thank you.
But he also says he would snap his back and dislocate a hip.
Oh, but you can also do any of those poses inside the bed. Eric doesn't like to go to the ground, but they're all things that he could do um probably in the bed.
Right.
His feet might not come as close to the groin area as mine did,
Probably
but
not.
that's okay. That's where you start. It's your yoga. Like it has to make sense in your body. So yeah, if they're out a little further, it's all stuff that you can do. So
just folks, just remember, Rach is a certified yoga instructor. I keep on telling her she should do videos. I say this to her, and she's like, forget about
someone's
it.
gonna be mean to me. Yeah. And then the last thing that I had in here was facial massage. And I thought I could demonstrate that. You can follow along if you like. You can too, Eric.
You see, it's all about. It's like, hey, we got
Okay.
the guinea pig. If Eric can do it, anybody can do it.
And so this is easy and this is nice because it also activates the pineal gland and the trigeminal nerve, because that goes like through by your eyes, through your face, and toward around the back. So yeah, we'll start. And so taking your right hand, maybe cup it a little bit.
Okay.
And so there's a little pull as you go across your forehead.
Not too much because I'm sweaty and greasy.
Okay. And then do the same with the left hand. Come across again.
All right. Folks, I'm gonna warn you, if you are sweaty and greasy, wash your forehead first. I'm just giving real world advice.
Okay. Then take your thumb and your two fingers and make pincers.
Okay, yeah.
And so
like chopsticks. Okay.
Yeah. And so let's start on the inner part of the eye. Maybe have your fingers above your eyebrows and your thumbs just on the inside where you feel that sort of zen on the occipital area where it goes back. Your occipital nerve goes back.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. The last time I did something like this,
and you could pinch it a little bit.
I was a
and then
very
go
young
back
child,
inside.
and this would be considered very offensive if I said it what I would probably have said back then when I was doing this.
Okay. So you won't say it now.
Oh, I'm looking very Asian as I do this.
Am I?
I don't know, but I am. This reminds me of prior to when I had Hodgkin's. I used to get sinus issues when my
maybe that
I would
doing
be,
that like
I would be
helped you realize that was going on. Yeah.
Well, I realized it after the fact.
Okay, and so we're gonna take the next of the two fingers and just sort of tap underneath the eyes, going out, coming back in, going back out, and making circles, sort of.
Oh, that's what you do when you get like a tension headache.
Yeah, exactly. It has a lot of uses.
And you go by the ear. Oh,
yeah,
geez,
you come down. And you go by the ears. And then down a little bit. Come in like below your cheekbone.
Definitely decrease yourself beforehand, Lord.
And then go back out.
You might want to shave.
Oh, that could be.
Just saying, if you've done it.
And then now that you're back here by your jaw, there's a special way that you can release your jaw. If you just you find that place by your
wait,
by your ears.
You just said release my jaw?
Yeah.
That already.
Like a lot of people hold tension in their jaw. And so by pushing in this area, like pressing a little bit, not crazy, but just a little bit of pressure helps your jaw release some of that tension. That's what I mean when I say release the jaw.
Release the hounds.
Yeah, your jaw.
I can release a lot. I can
Cabin.
release a lot of tension at the effing karaoke would stop.
And then go back behind your ears to the top of your ears. You can pull the top down, make your way back down,
If I push him up, I could be Spock.
give a tug on the bottom, and then come down your neck and give some taps on the clavicular area. Yeah, this is very good for the lymph because you have your lymph nodes very close to here. And then release and see where you're at, see where else you might need to give some love. But definitely this like calm the spirit point. I tend to focus in there a lot. That releases a lot of like headachy kind of experience for me. It helps with congestion.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and that's basically my spiel, folks.
A spiel like
yeah.
no, like
And then I
none
guess
other.
some other surviving the con information you know stay on track with the exercise. They have gyms in all of these places,
Right.
yeah.
I mean,
Like this gym in this hotel last year had a TRX. I was floored. I was like, oh my god, I didn't need to bring my TRX. So that was really cool to be able to have that. But if you prefer to like practice without witnesses, like I have often, still bring what you need to be able to do it. Some of your little things like it might be your TRX, it might be whatever you use, your resistance bands, like that. And then also I think everybody probably knows this. They want to bring their vitamin C or their emergency.
Yeah, or your multivitamin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget if you're on meds, don't forget your meds.
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw a few other things in there in your little emergency med kit. Okay, aspirin or Tylenol or ibuprofen, whatever works best for you. An anti-diarrheal. Just remember, you're drinking the water of another municipality. It might not go down as well as you think it would. You don't want to be stuck with that.
Even in the U.S.
Even in the U.S., certain people, their stomachs are very susceptible to that. And can't forget antacids or Pepto-Bismol pills. If your stomach gets a little upset, you need something to calm it down. You're gonna be eating I hate to say it, you're probably gonna be eating a lot of food that you wouldn't normally eat. We're gonna eat probably a lot of barbecue, which we don't normally eat. Have antacids, have Pepto.
Try to go for the chicken.
But just saying, the little things you can do to make your experience just a little bit better. Chris, Concord, I don't get to go to conventions, but I hear stories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and especially in the world of the coof, as some people call it, or the vid. There's just North Texas does something that no other con does. What's that, Rich? They've done it for 10 years. It was something that Doug was big about. When you get
the hand gel.
When you get your con grab bag or whatever you want to call it, your con gift bag, it includes a little bag to hold your crap in, and in that bag there's going to be a dice bag. There's going to be the convention booklet tell you everything, and there's going to be a thing of what we called scale gel. You all call
Origel.
hand gel, hand sanitizer. Now, I used to thought they gave that so you could wipe down the dry erase. No, no. It was literally so you could use it on your hands
And avoid.
and avoid some extra germs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, you should be doing this even before the world of the
Right,
virus.
hand washing is
Cleanliness is
make
next
sure
to
the hand
godliness.
washing is going on, so
Yeah.
that also cuts down.
Now, I will admit I'm a big hugger. When I see people I haven't seen in a while, I want hugs. But if you're not a hugger, I've got doctors now that instead of handshakes do that.
Oh, the fist bump.
No, a fist bump or an elbow bump.
Oh,
The
yeah.
elbow bump annoys the hell out of me. The fist bump is okay.
Yeah.
The elbow bump is like, oh, wait, poof, gonna get you right in the nose. I'm sorry, it's flashing back, but and that's what I used elbow bumps for. But again, a little common sense. Something that people forget about. I'm probably closing this one. Sleep.
Oh, yeah. And that's something, too, that some of these practices also help very much for people to go to sleep. Like during the week, we saw Dr. Mandel on the video, and he was doing something sort of like bees breath. He was doing some sort of humming, but it wasn't
right.
so fixated with the really making the sound stick in the head for a while.
So,
but yeah,
sleep is probably. We tend to go to conventions and listen. I don't do 8 o'clock games anymore. I know there's going to be an 8 o'clock podcast to breakfast. I'm going to probably have to swing at somebody for that. But the reality is, the best thing you can do to keep yourself healthy at a convention is to get a good night's sleep. Restful sleep. It's not necessarily the easiest thing to do, and I know you got a lot of people you want to meet and games you want to play and all that stuff. But a well-rested body is going to fight off the germs and the viruses a lot easier than one that's running on empty.
Yeah.
It's just a quick and easy fact. So, yeah, this is a slightly extra long episode. We did make an hour.
I'm so
15.
sorry.
But thank you for sticking with us.
Thank you. God bless you for bearing.
But it's an important topic. I mean, your health, our health, is you've only got one life, and you want to live it to your fullest. So do what you can to stay healthy.
Exactly. So whatever you took from this, like whatever you feel you could incorporate, you might not want to do some of the postures, and that's okay. But the breathing,
yes,
that's a big deal.
Chris, you're not alone. I am a hugger too. But after COVID and stuff, I became more cautious. I am diabetic, type 2, thyroid medication,
and
asthma. Our son has a case of asthma, so I just still wear masks. But I love gaming, and people, so balance. You know what? You got to make the choices that are right for you. There's no one choice on how to deal with this that works for everybody or fits everybody's needs.
Right. So you just pick and choose. Like take what
what works.
Take what works. Take what feels doable. What's comfortable.
Taking any of this is further along than taking none of it.
Yeah.
Honestly. So, and if Rach does all these things at the con every night, she'll have to get back to the room an hour early just to make sure she's got them all done in time.
Right, or I'll incorporate some of the the postures I'd probably incorporate into when I'm doing my exercise.
No, I know.
Or some of the breathing when I'm doing my meditation. At different times during the day.
Rach, how long have you been married for?
12 years.
All right, yeah, 12 years. And she still fails to see sometimes when I'm just busting her balls for the sake of busting her balls. She's like, it's offensive. It's like, hon, I'm doing it because I love you. Okay? All right.
Just explain myself.
I just gotta defend myself. Chris, I'm not judgmental at all. It's just me. I lost my dad to COVID last year, so it really
Oh.
scares me.
Yeah, of course.
But I want to live life to the fullest and love gaming and people. Yeah, everybody's circumstances
Mhm.
are unique to them. That's why everybody has to make the choices that work best for them. So, on that note, we're gonna in 2 weeks we're gonna be doing this for the convention.
Wow.
Oh, holy crap! So, oh, and by the way, Rach, the whiskey tasting is on Friday. So, Glenn and I will have to be on Thursday, and then we'll be getting in talks on.
Well, I'll just drink a sip from your one, from your vial.
Lightweight.
Yes. Cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, we can't be.
I know.
We
I
can't
know.
be giving that any kind of like play.
I know.
know.
So, folks,
So they said 3 a week. 3 week it is.
folks, thank you so much for joining us. It's really, this tops off our week. Not the karaoke in the background,
No.
which is a different top off, but this is a great way for us to always top off our week. So thank you, Chris. We're always open to topics. You can always
Please feel free if there's
find me
anything you
on-
want us to look into.
Yeah.
And
find me on Facebook. Don't bother finding me on Twitter because I don't read it. I just share links. But if you can find me on Facebook, you can always drop a suggestion. Other than that, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll the dice, roll them well.
take good care.
I'll be back with some random video tomorrow. Next live stream, I think Wednesday we got Skeeter as a special guest, Skeeter Green.
Oh, cool.
It'll be insane. I'm just saying, it's going to be insane. All right, folks.
Thanks
Laters.
again.
God bless.